Hello all, welcome to your moon tidings video. This is all about the Virgo, oh my goodness, I'm already stuttering and we just started. Anyways, okay, so this moon tidings video is all about the Virgo full moon that is happening March 1st. And I'm gonna go ahead and just start shuffling here. We are just really diving right in. It's raining where I'm at, and I just felt the calling and the pull to do this video and to talk to you guys about this Virgo full moon coming up. It just felt right. And, you know, like I said, the weather is kind of moody and stuff. And so I was like, it's time. It's time to discuss the upcoming full moon. So March 1st, we didn't have a full moon in February. So the new moon that we had in Aquarius was accentuated. And that was powerful and a little uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie. It caused some sort of uncomfortable insights and almost me having to redirect my thoughts and some of my goals. And it was a little frustrating for me. That was for me personally. And so I would love to know how you felt, what kind of things have been going on the last couple of weeks since we had the new moon in Aquarius and that solar eclipse. You know, just let me know in the comments below what happened for you, how you felt, what came up, all that jazz. But this Virgo full moon, I was just meditating and tuning in before this video, and I'm doing more of this where I just kind of go within and visualize. And so as I was meditating and the visualizations were popping up, I just kept, the word lush and luscious kept coming to mind around this Virgo full moon. And I saw a lot of green, luscious green, green lush. And so I intuitively, already instinctively just I feel like this Virgo full moon at the beginning of the month it's a great moon for gardening. So if there's anybody out there who likes to garden, who likes to plant, even if it's like indoor potted plants, this is a great time to do that. There are many planters and gardeners that work with the phases and cycles of the moon. And, you know, it's scientifically proven that that does affect our growth, our plantations. And you know, if it can affect the sea and the tides in our human bodies, which are made up around 75–80% of water, then why wouldn't it affect other things? I mean, there's specific flowers too. The moonflower, which opens up during the time of the moon, twilight, whenever the moon comes out, that's when moonflowers bloom. And so, you know, if you just kind of put it all together and put it in perspective like that, it's really powerful. So I feel like this is a great time to do some gardening. If you're not a gardener, self-care, because Virgo is very much about day-to-day routines and nutrition, just bare human necessity type nutrition, and being very conscious of what you're putting in your body and how you're feeding yourself, how you're taking care of your physical health. And so that is collectively, I think, a big message for all of us here. And so we're gonna get very intuitive now. I'm gonna take you down here while I finish shuffling the cards. If you see my dog in the background, that's fine, wave hi, whatever. She's cool, she's just laying by my fire. All right. Yeah, I feel like that's it. In accordance with the 3 rays of light here, I'm going to take 3 cards off of the top. And by the way, I'm working with the Druid Animal Oracle deck here. Alrighty, guys. So, wow. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and draw rune stones here for clarity with each card as well. I just feel like doing a much more nature sort of based divination system today. So I'm using spirit animals, as you see, and then the rune stones. So let me know how you like this spread. Alright, we have Ing as the first rune stone out. For Goose, what do we have coming up for Goose? We have Perdro. And for Fox, what do we have for Fox? We have Awaz. All right. All right, so now the cards are out. I'm going to take you back up here with me. Let's discuss what tidings this full moon in Virgo is bringing up for us. Ooh, let me get my camera centered. Okay. So, first impression I get is definitely there's a lot of water energy around this full moon as well. Yes, Virgo's an earth sign and the full moon will be in an earth sign, but there's at least 6 planets or more around this time that are also in the sign of Pisces. And so I find it funny, kind of at the top here we have the salmon coming out, and the fish, the 2 fishes are the sign of Pisces. And so we have that Piscean type energy and watery flow popping up here. And we see that a little represented in the card Goose here as well. And with the salmon and Ing paired with it here, it's very much what I'm picking up is putting a complete routine together. And whether that be for your emotional health, whether that be for your physical health, something about putting together completing some sort of routine, some sort of continuous pattern, whether that be, a good diet, whether that be taking continuous supplements, that kind of thing. I feel like that is kind of coming to the surface here collectively for a lot of us. And just knowing what to do as well. The salmon is, in the Druid and Celtic tradition, is like the wisest creature of all the animals. It's the oldest and wisest. And so the salmon, you see it hopping out here, somersaulting to get this hazelnut here. And it makes me think of many of us kind of waking up and just jolting sort of getting out of our heads and feeling it in our bodies. That's very much what I'm picking up here. Like knowing what to do, you know, getting out of our heads and, you know, being jolted out and reaching for the thing that is going to physically really resonate with us. And that's going, you know, our wealth is in our health. You know, that's a rhyme and that's a saying for a reason. And so that is what I feel like the salmon is bringing up for us. And then goose here, to me, goose, this is speaking about potentially if you are getting on like a routine, diet, workout routine, there's definitely something here about partnering up with other people or partnering up, you know, in a class, taking a class. Something about working with other people to help motivate you and help push you in your new routine so that you continue it. And so that you move forward with it and you don't just slack. You know, it's not just like something you do at the full moon in Virgo. It's something you continue with. You know, you continue to nourish your body and your health. And so that's really kind of what I'm picking up here with goose. And it's very much about collaborating with others so you can be, so you have that push. So you have someone who is holding you accountable for your goals and for your routines here, making sure that you kind of stay on task and vice versa. You know, you helping someone else out and helping them stay on those routines. And, you know, we have Pedro here sitting beside goose. And Pedro often has to do with things hidden. Things very much that have to do internally. And so working through those inner things that you can't necessarily see or that may not be obvious, and even those like literal physical things that you might be kind of feeling in your body, or it could just simply be your emotional sort of health and well-being, you know, taking care of that and addressing that feeling and really nourishing that so it doesn't become some sort of issue, you know, a more serious issue. And so there's definitely some kind of relief is what I'm getting from partnering up with somebody and having someone there to kind of hold you accountable. So I think that's really awesome. And so here at the end we have fox. And fox, a more sort of common and modern interpretation of the fox. You know, sometimes we get the fox completely just set on being like this sly and sort of sneaky and witty sort of creature that goes behind the scenes and gets its, you know, being that fox, you know. But it more so, fox is actually, especially in the Celtic and Druidic tradition, seen as a representation of the beauty of nature. And I'm picking up also the luxury of things, the beauty and luxuries of the small things around you. And you know, around this Virgo full moon, it's just a really awesome time, and Spirit, I feel like it's encouraging us to just really acknowledge and enjoy those little luxuries, those little day-to-day routines, be super present, and then to move forward with those. And not, you know, not to slack, not just, like I said, not to make it like a one-time thing sort of routine, not to make it like a one-time, you know, good habit. No, persist with it. Because, you know, with fox here, we have Awaz. And Awaz is such a powerful rune of movement, of surging forward with things, with those routines and new habits and workout plans or whatever, and partnerships too that are helping hold you accountable. This is complete forward momentum. And I feel like, you know, with the fox, what really is helping benefit you is being a little more practical too. Being, feeling it in your body, maybe what's going on, but being very factual and just practical with how you move forward with it, how you handle it, how you continue to put that into practice. Again, what AWAS is all about. And, foxes are very intellectual creatures and witty creatures. They depend on their wit a lot. And, and that's kind of how sometimes we can get the slyness and the mischievousness of the fox too, outwitting people, whether it be for good or bad intentions. But I really do feel like ultimately this is about setting yourself on the right path, on a good path, on a healthier path. And so that is coming across strongly with all these cards. And I almost feel like, honestly, especially with, okay, so honestly with goose and fox being, and them being kind of right on top of each other here, with goose and fox, it's like inviting you to also be a little more sensual. We get that foxy sort of sexy term, from the fox as well. And I'm kind of getting that with, we got goose here, which is also about, that partnership and relationships and can represent intimacy. And so I'm kind of picking up with these two, it might be nice for some of you, especially those of you in a relationship, to kind of spice things up in the bedroom. In your relationship, in your sexual life, in your sexual health, because that is important too. We don't really talk about that very much in our American society especially, but sexual health and needs are important too, and making sure you take care of those. And so I feel like that is an underlining theme here with the fox and the goose. And being confident with it, being confident about it, expressing those deep sexual desires. And sexuality is just one of those natural things about human behavior, about all life, So expressing with Perlero here the deep sort of sexual, sensual needs that you're wanting, and moving forward with those, acting on those confidently, So don't be afraid to address those things as well around the time of this full moon. But ultimately, for a lot of us, I think it's about really looking at some of our day-to-day routines and health habits, and really putting a sort of consistent plan and routine in place for ourselves, so that our health is in our wealth. Our wealth is in our health, And if we're feeling good in our bodies and whatnot, then we're going to be feeling, that's going to be projected. That's going to be projected, spiritually and to others. And it's just going to, it's a reflection. Your body's a temple. So yeah, that is pretty much what that's all I have coming through for us about this Virgo full moon. So I'm excited about it. And what's really exciting about this too, last thing I'm gonna kind of add here about it too, is that the Virgo full moon precedes and begins the next blue moon. Yeah, okay, I think it's really amazing. We're having another blue moon because we have the Virgo full moon at the first here, and then on the 31st, it's just like January. It's just like January, guys. But on the 31st, we have another full moon, and that one's going to be in Libra. And of course, I will talk about that one later on, and we will look to see what the collective energy is for that. But it's really cool. This is just such a beautiful, powerful year, and such a great way to kick off this year. It's such a fresh way to walk into spring here with this Piscean and Virgo energy. So all the best, my beautiful seekers. I will see y'all for the monthly readings for March. Okay, so take care.